Hello children, I want us to think about something today. What do I have in my hands? I have a chart. Look at it. What can we see here? Interdependence. So we are going to think about how everything in our entire universe is dependent on every other thing. So I'll show you my chart of interdependence in the universe. The chart of interdependence. Here we have the sun. And here we have the rocks or the land. The sun hits the rocks, and what happens to the rocks? They crumble. And when they crumble, they are able to support life. So we say that the rocks or the land need the sun to be able to support life. Here we have the water. The water depends on the land. When the sun hits the land and the water, the land gets heated faster than the water, and then the air that is heated up on the land rises. As it rises, it carries water. The air carries water along with it, so the water starts its life cycle. And once the water is carried to different parts of the land, we have the land covered with vegetation. So we can say that the water depends on the land, and the land depends on the sun. Here we have the plants. The plants need water to survive, because the plants actually need water and the sun to be able to make its food. That's why we have this arrow here showing that the plants need water. The plants also need the sun to be able to survive, to make their food. Here we have the animals. We know that the animals need water, but they also need plants for their food. They depend on plants. The animals depend on plants for their oxygen, and the plants depend on the carbon dioxide that the animals produce for their food. So we have this arrow showing that the plants depend on the animals, and the animals also depend on the plants. Here we have a circle. And what does this circle represent? Here, this circle represents humanity. You can see humans. Humans have traveled to the four corners of the globe. So we see a group of people here, we see another group of people here, another group of people here, another group of people here. All of them together represent this circle. So this is humanity. We know that humans depend on plants and animals to meet their fundamental needs of food, shelter, transportation. So we see the arrows here showing that humans depend on plants and animals. And we also have these arrows showing that animals depend on humans and plants also depend on humans. Animals depend on man to be able to survive in different parts of the globe. Some of these animals we eat, for instance, chicken. Chicken came from another part of the world originally, like horses and cows. Horses and cows originated from Central Asia. And what about pigs and chickens? They originated from Southeast Asia. Now, in the same way, some plants also have been taken to different parts of the world by man. For example, the corn that we use here in Africa or in Nigeria originated from Mexico. Potato originated from South America. And you know we have different kinds of potato. What about grapes, cherries? Where did they come from? They originated from the Euphrates Valley at a place called the Fertile Crescent. So we can see that man has been able to take plants and animals to different parts of the globe. So that is why we see these arrows here showing that animals and plants also depend on humanity. And then here we have something very important. So the gray circle actually represent the various inventions that man have come up with. Think about the invention of fire, the invention of the wheel, the invention of the pencil, the invention of the paper, the invention of the computer. For example, I did not invent the computer, but I benefit from it. You know, all these ideas and inventions are now what we call supranatural. It's like having another element upon nature as a result of the inventions or creations of man. And that's why we have these arrows here showing that all these inventions were actually created by man. It's like man giving back to nature. And once these inventions have been created, they belong to all other humans. So all other humans benefit from all these creations. And these arrows show how, as humans, we are also dependent on one another. Now, let's think about spiritual needs. Think about someone like Shakespeare, who came up with a lot of writings we all enjoy today. What about music? Like music from Mozart, Beethoven, and many other musicians. They are all inventions by man and now common to every other person in the world. And I know that someday those ideas you also have will be given back to nature for other human beings also to benefit from your ideas. So you can see how as humans we are dependent on so many things. We are dependent on the animals, we are dependent on the plants, we are dependent on the minerals, the water, the land, we are dependent on the sun. But we can see from this chart that we depend on so many things in the environment. So what do we do as humans? We need to take care of our environment because of the fact that we need the environment to survive. So I'll leave this chart out for some time so you can look at it.